Welcome to Brand Builders TV. Deep dive topics, tools and resources brought to you by global thought leaders from within the Brand Builders Club. This show gives you access to the strategies that you can use to move forward with ease and flow in every area of your life and business. In today's show, Simon shares how to introduce emotional intelligence, positivity and confidence to your kids. Children's education is so driven by academic goals that not enough attention goes into fueling their dreams. This topic is a great way to introduce emotional intelligence, positivity, and the skills that your kids need to thrive, like ignoring naysayers and rising above bullies. To teach these skills, we need to know them ourselves. So today's focus is all about empowering parents just like you to empower your kids. Learn it, model it, and get shit done. Let's go.
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you. I hope you are well. Wondering whether this is working or not. Yeah, maybe it's working. Maybe it's working. Cool. Give me a shout out if you can see me. So confidence, our children's confidence. So I was talking to a mum this morning, and she was saying, what I really want for my child is I want my child to be a confident, successful adult. And I thought, yes, that's what we all want, don't we, for our children? We want them to be confident and successful adults, but we all want them to be confident now as well. And given we're on Brand Builder TV, and given all you're all entrepreneurs, business owners, I thought, why don't we look at this from an adult perspective? Because the adult perspective is going to make more sense to you rather than looking at it from a children's perspective. Because we learn most, I think, when we are examining new ideas from our own context, rather than trying to put ourselves in the place of our kids. So what I was thinking about as I was swimming before our call was how I could, when I first became aware of this confidence or a lack of confidence in myself, in my own business, and I tracked it back to a conversation I had with a consultant guy. So I was having some. I lost my best friend in a car crash, and I was having problems sleeping. I went to see a guy, like a hypnosis kind of consultant, life coachy sort of the bloke. And we talked about my sleep stuff, and it got a little bit better. And I saw him again, and we talked about business stuff. He was a business guy himself. He came from a business background. And he said, I was explaining to him the challenges I was having in the business. I had a really great sales guy working for me. But I was beholden to him. You know, I was, the sales of the business were, he was in control of that. He was in charge of that. And this guy was trying to urge me, this is back in, about 1998, so a long time ago. He was urging me to take control of the sales, and I wouldn't do it. I lacked the confidence to do it. I lacked the confidence to do it. I lacked the kind of like the self-belief. I didn't think I could do it. I didn't know what to do, and I didn't know how to do it. And I didn't want to upset the apple cart with this sales guy by trying to muscle in on something that he'd been, muscle in on his territory and cheese him off. So that's how confidence was for me. And I see that a lot in entrepreneur groups that I'm in. So people will talk about afraid of being visible, wanting to hear have their voice heard, but lacking the confidence to do that. So they'll talk about imposter syndrome. Who am I to to be doing this, to be putting myself out there, especially if we are, if it's come to some sort of expert positioning. I'm not an expert because I don't know enough, and this all comes down to a lack of confidence, and it all often tracks back. I can track this back to stuff at school, things that happened at school. So my English wasn't great. It's funny that I went into the family business, which was publishing. It's a lot to do with English, My maths was pretty good, but my English wasn't great. I was dropped from the rugby team, and I had a big loss of confidence about that. I didn't think I was good enough anymore. I actually stopped playing rugby rather than persevering. And that's the key thing, isn't it? If our lack of confidence doesn't really matter, apart from making us feel bad, until it stops us doing something. If our lack of confidence stops us doing something in our lives, whether we are a 12-year-old boy wanting to break back into the school rugby team, or a 53-year-old children's happiness expert wanting to be more visible on Facebook, or whatever, if our lack of confidence stops us, if our lack of confidence stops us doing something, it's a challenge, it's a problem. And if we want our kids to grow up to be happy, confident, successful people, then the earlier that we can build that confidence, the better. Of course you're saying, every child wants to be more confident. Every parent wants their child to be more confident. We want our kids to be more positive, enthusiastic, and behave better, behave better. What's that about? We're talking about confidence here. I guess I'm going upstream of behavior, because our behavior is driven by what's going on inside us. I saw something today. On a parent group, just as an aside, and it said, have you got any tips on, can anybody point on some tips to help my children be kinder to one another, but not feelings? We've tried feelings and they didn't work. And I thought, should I, it was in a parent group, should I intervene here, should I? And I thought, probably not, because this sort of stuff isn't great in a 2-second, two sentences on Facebook. She tried to look at the child's feelings as a way to change their behavior, and it didn't work. Well, you have to go upstream of feelings to what causes the feelings. We don't change behavior by changing behavior. I don't change my behavior. We don't change our behavior. We don't, as entrepreneurs, we don't change our behavior until we have an insight. Something changes inside us, and then that shows on the outside of us. What we're doing in the world is a reflection of what's going on inside of us, and that's what I've learned over the last 20 odd years on this stuff. And so we have to go, as Einstein said, we can't change a result on the same level of thinking. I can't remember exactly. We have to go upstream of behavior to the feelings, to the thoughts that drive that, and ultimately to the identity. That sense of self. That's really easy to change. That's really easy to change in kids. They are closer to that unconditioned mind. Well, let's not worry about that at the moment. Let's not get into that. So back to my story then. My lack of confidence stopped me back in 97, 98, stopped me for a while stepping into that sales role. And then some stuff happened, and I did. I just thought, I need to know what to do to become a better salesperson, so I'm not reliant on this other sales guy that's working for me. And I need to know how to do it. So right now you're thinking, Simon's been talking for, what have I been talking to? 9 minutes. And I've not really mentioned much about children's happiness. Here I am. Here's the link, okay? Here's the link. Knowing what to do and knowing how to do it are exactly the same whether we are 12 or 53. I'm 53. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So a lot of parents tell me that they're worried about their children's lack of confidence. They're worried about their children's lack of confidence. So put it a different way, they are not confident about their ability to build their own child's confidence. So if they're not confident about it, then they're not going to do it either. They're going to be held back from doing it. So why aren't they confident about it? Same reasons as I wasn't confident about becoming a sales guy. I started as a buyer. I used to deal with the printers that worked. The guys that print, not laser printers, not computer printers. I mean printers, big printing machines that produced all the educational resources that we did. So I had a publishing business, family publishing business, and it was sponsored education materials for schools. So they were print. In those days, it was print. So it was about getting teachers' guides, posters, folders, that sort of stuff. So until I could specify what I wanted from that printer, I had no chance of getting the printing done. So I had to know what I wanted. And it's the same for anything in life. We have to know what we want. And then we have to know what we need to learn and the skills that we need to develop to achieve our goal. And it sounds eminently sensible and eminently logical. So what is it? So what's going on? Why have we got all these problems with people like me that lacked confidence as adults? Why have we got all these problems in teens? Why have we got all these problems with kids? Why have we got all these problems at the parents? Because we don't know what to do to build confidence, and we don't know how to do it. And that's become really clear from me from researching amongst parents. I've asked them, what are your concerns around your children's happiness, your children's self-esteem, and your children's confidence? Obviously, confidence. That's what we're talking about today. And they've given me all sorts of problems, all sorts of worries that they've got about their children. Obviously at the moment it's COVID, but there's the other stuff that was there pre-COVID. So making new friends, trying new things, going to new places, overcoming obstacles, being kind of resilient enough to stay in the game while they're overcoming obstacles. All sorts of worries. Parents have got all sorts of worries. And same with business owners. We've got all sorts of concerns. How am I going to get more customers? How am I going to manage my staff better? How am I going to improve my bottom line? How is COVID going to affect my business? It's already affecting your business. How's the second spike going to affect my business? We've all got all these worries going on, and we don't know what to do. We don't know how to do it. Parents are exactly the same. So in the questionnaire, I said, what are your concerns? Gave me all these concerns: COVID, non-COVID, everything. Okay, so what knowledge do you need to address those concerns? And about a third of those people said, I don't know. So They don't know they don't know what they need to know. And that was kind of like same thing for me. I was exactly the same. I don't know. We don't know what we need to know. We don't know what we don't know. And on the skills side, what skills would help you? Again, probably 40% of the 200 parents that answer this question, they don't know what skills that they need to develop. Some of them did. So they talked about kind of coaching skills, and they talked about their own development, and they are spot on, because we can only teach what we know. I could have a stab at teaching you English. I don't know how good I would be at it, but but my French, I got A-level French, got A-level German. I would have no clue. I would have no clue how to teach you that. Even though I know some of it, but I had even less of a clue on Japanese. Don't speak a word of Japanese. Don't even know a word of Japanese. Hi, I think means yes. I don't know. I don't know that. So if you don't know how to, if you don't know what you need to know to make your child confident, and you don't know how to make your child confident, then you've got no chance. In the same way as me, I couldn't teach you Japanese. I'd have a stab at speaking. I'd have a stab at speaking, teaching you French. But it's not about what we know intellectually. It's about what we know. What we know in our bones. It's not about what we know in our heads. It's about what we know in our bones. The stuff that we have been learning forever, and the stuff that we really get. So let me give. I had an example from this about the difference between knowing something in our heads and knowing something in our bones yesterday, and it was the example of smoking. So everybody knows that it's bad for you, and that intellectually they should stop. However, they don't stop, because although they know intellectually, they don't know in their bones. And this was me. I knew intellectually that I should stop smoking, but until I had a big moment and a big insight about stopping smoking, when I saw what a diagnosis, a terminal diagnosis did for my wife. She found out her mum was gonna die of cancer, and I thought, I can't go home one day and see my wife do that, put my wife through that. So I need to stop. Big insights. It's insights that change our behavior. Not always what my mentor calls Charlton Heston insights. Michael Neal. Sometimes they're smaller insights. Sometimes they're insights, big epiphanies. Sometimes they're epiphanies, little small epiphanies. That's what changes behavior. And that's what my work is about. It's about having the insights, about sharing the knowledge, and about showing parents how to do that, how to make their children more confident, because they don't know what they don't know, most of them, and they don't, even the ones that do know what they want to do, don't know how to do it. So we need to change anything. We have to have the insight that drives the change, that moment when we notice maybe a like a heartbreaking moment when our child gives up on something or won't try. There's been accumulation of different events, and we finally say enough is enough. I need to do something about my child's confidence. I need to do something about my child's happiness. I need to make my child bully proof. I need to stop my child being bullied. That moment when we decide enough's enough. And then we'll go looking for what we need to do to boost our child's confidence, and how we're going to do that, the skills that we need. So the what is about an understanding of what confidence is. So in everyday parlance, in everyday society, we talk about, oh, he's lost his confidence. She's lost her confidence. He needs to regain his confidence. Whatever we're talking about here, whatever age range we're talking about here. We talk about confidence as if it's a thing like a pair of glasses. These are some new glasses, right? New glasses from Specsavers that I got a couple of months back. Why did I get them? Because I lost my old ones. I'm always losing my glasses. Normally I find them, but on this occasion I didn't find them. I still haven't found them. So it's cost me whatever it's cost me for a new pair of glasses, right? Glasses are a thing. They are a thing that you can lose. iPhone, I'm always losing my iPhone. Keys, slightly better at that. Always, where did I leave my phone? It's dropped down the side of the sofa. Still don't know where my glasses are. Anyway, confidence, we treat confidence as a thing. I've lost my confidence. I need to regain my confidence. I need to build my confidence. Build my confidence, yeah? I use that as well. Build it like it's a building, like it's made out of bricks, like it is a thing. But here's the thing. Oh, sorry. And hello, everybody. I can see some comments popping up. Hi. I don't want to get distracted by them. I appreciate you being here. I really appreciate you being here. Also, it throws me off. I'm kind of new to this stuff, so it throws me off. I'm still learning how to do this. But, we learn by experience. Yeah. We learn by experience. We don't learn to do Facebook Lives by reading a book about Facebook Lives. We learn to do it by experience. That's how we get stuff in our bones. We learn by experience, not by theory. You can't learn theoretically. It's like trying to read a book, and you're gonna learn how to ride a bike by reading a book. It doesn't work. So back to glasses and back to confidence. We talk about confidence like it's a thing, and it ain't. People give you all sorts of different explanations, definitions of confidence. How many 7 billion people on the planet? They would all give you a different definition of confidence, and it would all be the ability to take on new challenges or whatever it is. All those different things. But here's the thing about confidence is not a thing. It's not a thing. It is a feeling. You're telling me that's obvious. Yeah. Okay. So maybe it is. Maybe it's just something that I've noticed that, and I think it's a big moment. But it is to me. It's a feeling. So the next question is, why do we feel the way we do? And then that's a whole can of worms. So adults will talk about the past, an event, something that's going on in the environment, COVID or the weather. This is my favorite one. I often talk about the weather, right? Miserable weather. The idea is, the cultural mythology is that the weather is miserable. The weather causes our mood. You've heard me talk about the lady at the swimming pool, if you heard me talk about it before. I say to her, how are you doing? And she says, as well as the weather. So we have this idea that our why we feel the way that we do sends us looking for a rationale, for a reason. Okay. Different question. Where do our feelings come from? Well, our feelings come from, they're an inside job, aren't they? We all know that. Everybody I ever share with us, feelings are an inside job. Yes, of course, Simon. Yeah. And then they go on to ask me questions about, so how are you coping business-wise at the moment, given everything that's going on? And therein lies the nub. So they've agreed intellectually that feelings are an inside job. They agree with that. They think that's the truth. And then a bit later on, they've asked about how the environment is affecting my mood. So they don't really get it, and me too. I just get it a little bit more of the time. I have been doing this stuff for many years. I've been studying this stuff for many years. I kind of know my onions to a certain extent, but I'm constantly learning, as on a course on a coaching call this morning with my coach, to deepen my learning so that I can see this more of the time, so I can see more clearly that it's actually what's going on internally for me that determines how I feel and what I do. So feelings come from thoughts. So confidence is an inside job. But the thoughts that are going on in most of our heads are, I can't do this. I'm not good enough. Me too. I'm really good at generating leads in massive companies. I'm what I did for years and years. I learned what to do and I learned how to do it. I have less knowledge of social media, Facebook ads, all that sort of malarkey. I'm learning that. I am studying what to do and I'm studying how to do it. And that's how I'm going to do what I want to do in the world, which is help more parents help their kids to be more confident. So if you're looking to improve your child's confidence, to build your child's confidence, I would suggest that you look at what you need to learn and how you need to, the skills that you need to develop it to do it. So you can do that with me, but also you can do it on your own as well. What I've been doing for the last 7 years is showing kids how to do this. And I'll give you one tip. And that would be tip is to the trickiest thing is often the engaging the child in the conversation. So we have to make it about them, what they want, not about what you want, not about what the school wants, not about what anybody wants. We need to engage our kids, and we need to kind of use what they want as a vehicle for developing their confidence to do that. That's the tip that I would give you. So it's about them and what they want and helping them get what they want. That's the kind of the starting point for the conversation. Because otherwise, when I was a kid, I didn't want to engage in a conversation with happiness about to my mum and dad. I was really unhappy when I was when I was being bullied, I didn't tell my parents that. I didn't tell them I thought that my parents could just keep on telling me, "We want you to be happy." I was unhappy. I didn't want to tell them that I was unhappy because I thought I was letting them down. So the entry point for the starting point for the conversation with the children needs to be about what's in it, what's in it for them, and giving them what they want. Not we have to use their goal, whether it's passing their piano exam or getting into the school team or whatever it is, whatever their goal is. Use that as a vehicle for exploring what confidence is all about. Because the other way is to try and shove the information about confidence into their heads and get them to think positive, and that doesn't work. Whether, again, trying to shove stuff into people's head doesn't work, whether we are 53 like me or whatever age you are, or an 8-year-old child. We have to engage them in a conversation that's about what they want and help them, inspire them, to empower them to get what they want. So that's my half an hour up, guys. So if you want to find out more about this, go onto my website, simonbenn with 2 N's.co.uk, and it's got all my contact details on there. And give me a call, drop me an email, book a conversation with me. It's first conversation, free, no charge, no strings attached. Share what's going on for you, anything that anything that you've picked up on from today, and you think, well, how do I do that, Simon? Yeah, that sounds great in theory, but how do I do that? And let's see how we can help you help your child. So great to see you. Thanks a lot. See you again soon. Bye-bye.
I hope that you've enjoyed the show today as much as we've enjoyed making it for you. If you've got anything out of this episode, please do tell someone else how they can subscribe to the Brand Builders TV channel at youtube.com/brandbuilderstv. Why not join us at our next Brand Builders Thinkubator, a global mastermind that we run every week to take away the loneliness of being in business on your own. For more information and to book your place, visit light.brandbuilders.club/Thinkubator. That's light.brandbuilders.club/Thinkubator. Until next time, be the ripple that you wish to see in the world, and we'll see you soon.